Hey guys, it's Esther and welcome back to my channel. Today is another sit down video. I have decided to start a whole new series with all these sit down videos. Sometimes I call them life updates, but as a university student, I think I want to start calling it like my college updates because I feel like my predictions for how I'm going to film in college would be a lot more sit down videos, updating what's been going on in my life, how classes are, and just whatever else I really want to convey to my parents without having to sit on the phone like, yeah, and then this happened, and this happened, and this happened. Even if like I'm calling them on a weekly basis, it's still like so much happens and there's only so much you can share. And so in today's first video of I guess my college sit down series, I'm going to be kind of going on the theme of predictions, talking about my fall schedule. So that entails just me talking about the courses currently on my schedule, any changes that I'm currently thinking about, and extracurriculars, whether that be a class type of extracurricular or a club extracurricular or some other form of like organization in society, like honor society or sorority fraternity, all of those. There is a truck outside. Okay. So with that, let's begin. The first class I have is called Theater Appreciation or Theater 1100. I don't know what to expect from this class. This is the first time I've like taken a class about theater that, based on how my college has it labeled and described, it sounds very much like it's a sit-down class and we learn about the art of theater and how like it came to be, and just studying different works of art and how art has evolved, how theater has evolved throughout time. And I'm like really excited, but also really nervous. I also don't know the professor for this yet because I think our university is still looking for someone to teach the class. So that will be interesting. The next class I have is English Composition or English 1101. This is the first one of two Englishes in the English 1100s that I'm aware of, I think, for my school. I'm really excited about this class because English can be really fun. And obviously with all classes, I think it can either be really fun or like really fun with like some days are boring or really fun and just fun, or just really bad with a little fun, or just really bad. So kind of on the spectrum, this one's kind of one that I think is going to be really fun with a little bad. So it's not like quite to the 4. So on a scale of like 1 to 4, I guess, it's like at a 3 right now. Part of it is also because I'm nervous. I've never taken a college level English before. A lot of kids would do their like most freshman year basic, their first year, I won't even say freshman year, their first year Englishes in high school through AP credits that transfer in, or dual enrollment credits, which can also transfer in depending on where you did dual enrollment. I did not do any of that. The next class I have is American Government, which is Political Science 1101. I'm super excited about this class. I know there are times where it's going to be boring. So once again, on that 1 to 4, it's still a 3 for me. But I'm really excited about this because there's just so much happening in the U.S. government now. And as we learn like different contexts, one of my favorite things we did in high school, American Government, was we got to kind of discuss how modern day laws and bills and things, what's the word? I'm looking for a word, but I can't think of it. But just like how different things the government has been issuing and how it applies to kind of the base foundation for how the U.S. government makes decisions, makes laws, and spends money, all of that good stuff. So I think this class would be really good for like a discussion class. I don't know if we're going to have discussions in this class, but I'm also really excited to just learn more about the U.S. government because once again, I've heard very little about like US government when it comes to the technical stuff that we learned in like AP government. The next class is Critical Issues in Education, which is Education 2110. I am most excited about this class. I think this class will be that 4. One, because the professor is awesome. He has a 4.8 rating from Rate My Professor. And 2, it is different from all the other classes I have ever taken on this schedule that I have. Because, you take your normal, like, history class / social studies for some people. You take your normal political science. That is history. Political science, history, social studies. You take all of this. You take your regular English class. You take your regular math. You have your science. And then you have the electives. And I've taken theater before in the high school setting. But I've never taken anything like education courses. So I'm really excited for critical issues in education because I want to really learn. And I love that our teacher does like group activities where we get to like really talk and discuss how different issues within a school, whether it's perceptions, whether it's disabilities, whether it's language barriers, just affect how a student learns. Because I know for me, though I never took a special needs, or not special needs, like special ed tests, I never was tested for like dyslexia. I was never tested for, there's some other ones that I'm thinking of, but can't really, like, even like with OCD and, I wouldn't say OCD, but like ADHD and ADD, I was never really tested for those things, so I really want to learn more about what they are and how they also affect a student. Also, like me being not your typical white American in the US, and even though I personally never felt much prejudice, there were times when people have like said stuff to me, and whether it was a joke or not, I really don't care. I didn't really pay attention too much, but just like hearing from other people how, and just having an open conversation about how race, I guess, and ethnicity affects students learning, and just like all of that, and also being a non-English speaker, how not having it as your first language also hinders your ability to succeed, to excel in school. Succeed, maybe the same word. Succeed. I think it's succeed. I don't know. Words. And the last class is college algebra, which is Math 1111. I'm really excited about this. I have a love-hate with math. It's a love-hate because I think for me, my interest is definitely algebra. I am the algebra gal. I love algebra. I'm really excited about it. I understand it more. I wouldn't say I understand it completely, but more than other classes and types of math. Like if we were just to take the 4 most basic things of math that I would call categories, it would be like your algebra, then your geometry, then your statistics, and then your calculus. Of those 4, I think algebra is like my home. And so hopefully, if I ever become an educator, I will be teaching algebra, which will be fun. I do understand geometry. I think part of it is because geometry is a lot of algebra applied to shapes. I just don't like proofs, and I don't think I'm the only one, because I've definitely heard my friends go like, we don't like geometry because of proofs. I'm the same way. Not a fan of proofs. I can understand why they exist, and like when I took geometry, I understood it and got perfect scores on this. I just don't like them. And I've also forgotten it, so don't ask me what proofs are and how to do them right now. I need to relearn all of that. And so that's kind of like my current schedule. Now, kind of before I transfer into the next category, I'm going to be talking about a little bit more regarding schedule change, because there is a potential schedule change. Currently, my college algebra is a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class from 11 to 11:50 in the day, and that class may be changed. I may have to drop that session and switch to a session either later in the day, on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, or change it to a class that is a Tuesday, Thursday class, because, drum roll please, we're going to the extracurriculars now. Chorus. Our school, my university, has a university choral group, and I'm really excited. I don't think we're the only college to have that, so I don't know if anyone's done university choirs. I could definitely use a lot of advice, but I will be auditioning for it in 2 weeks, which is crazy. 2 weeks from tomorrow, actually. And so I'm really excited for the audition. I'm also really nervous because I've never done choir before. I've done choir when I was in 3rd grade at a church, and it was one of those small little kiddie choirs, and I was one of the older kids in that choir. And that was just for a summer camp thing. I want to call it summer camp, but I don't know if it was a summer camp or if they did it in increments of 6 weeks at a time. So I got to do that, and that's the only choir experience I have. I love singing, and I think it would also be a really great way for me to meet friends. And because it is a very established rehearsal schedule of Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 to 11:50, what's nice is we do get 1 credit hour out of it, even though I'm really spending roughly 3 hours, a little less than 3 hours, 2 hours and a half a week just rehearsing. I mean, it's an extracurricular, so I can understand why it's only one credit hour, and I think it'll be really nice. It would be one of those classes that's not a class, and so I'm really looking forward to that. Hopefully I get into chorus, and then if I do, I have to change my outro. If I don't get into chorus, there are 2 clubs I'm considering. One club I will probably do potentially with chorus, and whether I do the club or not, it's an activity I will still do on my alone time. And the other one, if I do chorus, I will definitely not be participating in this club. So the first one I'm going to be sharing is that intermediate club. I'm going to call it intermediate club because it's that one that I can do, but I also may not do, and that is swim club. Swimming is a really great form of exercise. I've always found me just being at the pool or in any form of water, when I take a shower, when I'm washing the dishes, I just feel this calm come over me. So after a busy, a lot has happened, when I'm just doing the dishes or taking the shower, or when I used to do swim and just would do laps for fun, it just was very relaxing because it was kind of I was by myself, kind of isolated away from all the chaos of the world. So regardless if I did the club, I will definitely be going to our pool to do laps. And then the other club, that is the if I don't get into chorus, I will do, and if I do get into chorus, I probably won't, is swing club. Swing club is the name for really just our dance club at one of the dance clubs, I think. I don't know if you have 2, but one of the dance clubs at our school. And this form of dance is very much ballroom dancing versus hip hop and tap and show dancing, as I would call it. Or ballet and stuff. So I was really looking forward to doing this club before I even knew we had a choir. But if I do choir, I won't be doing swing just because I don't want too much extracurriculars in my schedule. But at the same time, I want something that allows me to connect with a group of people that I have a common interest in. And with that, that's essentially a crash course of what my fall's going to be looking like. Which is kind of crazy. It's less than 2 months away, which is a little nerve-wracking, but I'm really excited. I know this will be a great chapter of my life, and I'm just excited for what's to come. Kind of going into it a little bit blindly, but that's okay. And so with that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!